The International School of Tucson is a private nonprofit facility that leases a former elementary school from Tucson Unified School District in Midtown Tucson. The school is renowned for its immersion programs in Spanish, French, German, or Chinese. In just a few years, kids can be bilingual. But the school is also garnering attention for remaining open during most of the pandemic since last year. It started inadvertently, according to Kevin Brown. He is in his third year at the school.
Here we go, let's check. You're good. How about for mummy? I think when COVID took over, us like every other school in the area, when we were asked to close our doors, did so. We didn't want our kids to get sick, we didn't want our teachers to get sick. What happened then was we were approached and asked if we would become an emergency childcare centre for first responders. We're very close here to the Banner Hospital. We agreed to that and reopened our doors with a bit of trepidation. Then one of our parents, a man called Cliff Martin, who works at TMC and is the head of infectious diseases, he's a parent here, and he approached us and said, would you like some help in keeping your school open and keeping it clean? And we said, yes, please.
So the school got busy with an unexpected modern-day homework assignment for adults. They put together a COVID SWAT team. It's made up of teachers and parent volunteers. Some are lawyers, scientists, or doctors.
My name is Annie Dakis. I'm a parent of Layla and Kai, two kids here at IST, and I'm also a pediatric hospitalist at Tucson Medical Center, so I'm a physician, and I'm one of the members of what we call the SWAT team here at IST.
Good morning. What would you like today?
The anti-COVID measures address masks for adults and children. There's enhanced ventilation. Windows are open at all times during the school day. CO2 monitors check air standards in classrooms, and there are occasional breaks outside. There's also an emphasis on cleaning surfaces. For example, chairs on top of desks indicate the music room is ready. And there are policies about keeping potentially sick people or those who may have been exposed to COVID away from school.
It's exhausting, but it's worth it. Teaching in person is so important for these kids, especially the first and second graders. They need in-person instruction.
Tu entoures le chiffre 4. Il faut faire un cercle autour du 4. Il est où le 4?
We get to see our kids, we get to interact with them, and having that in-person interaction is so important for their emotional, their social, and their academic development.
So my kids never really had to quarantine, and the school hasn't shut down. So we really have grown really comfortable with the school protocols, comfortable with the school staying open even as the community spread was so high here in Tucson. I think IST has done a really good job, and we have a lot of trust in the administration.
I like the school because everybody is so nice to me, and because I learned a new language, and it's Spanish.
¿Y esto? Chaleco. Chaleco. Chaleco.
Full reopening started in August when about 78% of the students began taking classes in person.
That has steadily improved and increased as we've kept the COVID out of the school. We're currently on a 95% face-to-face in class, with 5% of children remaining on a blended learning system. We've had parents who've been infected. In fact, we've had some staff members that have been infected. But what is good is because of our policies, we've never had it brought into the school. And the school has never had any spread of COVID within our students or our staff.
And we're talking about hundreds of children, right?
Correct. We have almost 300 children coming into the school.
Do you find that amazing that there has not been a spread of COVID on school ground?
I have to say, we've always had a saying that it's just a question of time, but so far it's been a year and we're still okay.
Has anybody from Washington contacted you asking for your suggestions?
To me, I'm English, so to me, a lot of UK schools were open for a long time. And if you look at the transmission rates in the younger children, there's no real reason not to have these schools open with measures in place.
The results have been positive, but staff and others admit this school has advantages compared to other settings. It is in one location, for example, not a sprawling school district with different administrators and thousands of students over many neighborhoods and demographics. As a relatively small private school, people here are also close-knit and engaged.
Yes, we have parents that are highly educated, but we also offer a lot of scholarships. So we still get a lot of range as far as education and parents that make different amount of money. So there's a good range of students at the school. We kind of get that full spectrum. But for the most part, I think it's more the relationship that we have with them, that it's just this long-term relationship that we can trust them and they can trust us.
You know, it's like the Academy of Pediatrics says that it's like layers on top of layers of protection, and you do the most that you can and the best you can with the circumstances you have, and the vaccine is another layer of protection, I think, for the teachers.
We would have thought that in a year of a pandemic that the numbers of people wanting to come to the school would have dropped, but in fact we already have a 24% increase on our numbers ready to come back in August, which for us is the biggest jump we've ever had.
Buenos días. Bonjour.